Swadika, good morning and welcome to Newsline. It's Monday, May the 4th, 2015. My name is Cholapansa Navrula. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning. And here's Thailand moves forward today. In our first story, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha appointed Major General Apirat Kongsompong as the new chairman of the Government Lottery Office. Major General Apirat currently serves as Deputy Commander of Region 1 Army and is also a member of the National Legislative Assembly. The Prime Minister also appointed to the Lottery Office Metropolitan Police Bureau Deputy Commander Police Major General Suwat Jang Yotsuk, Chief of the 2nd Infantry Battalion's 11th Infantry Regiment, Lieutenant Colonel Nun San Samakom Panto, and Economic and Business Forecast Center Director at the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce, Thanawat Ponvichai. The main objective of the new Government Lottery Office Board is to address the long-drawn issue of overpriced lottery tickets. The government has in the past enforced to no avail several measures to control the price of lottery ticket at 80 baht each. The new board is expected to impose harsher punishment on offenders and enforce more stringent regulations to prevent lottery ticketing, that's lottery ticket price gauging. The Royal Thai Army has reported that its medical emergency response team has been dispatched to Sindhukot village to offer help to quake victims in Nepal. The Royal Thai Army Deputy Spokesperson Sirijan Ngathong disclosed that the Multinational Military Coordination Center had requested the Army Disaster Relief Center to assign its medical emergency response team to Sindhukot village, that's 50 kilometers northeast of Kathmandu. The trip to the village took about 4.5 hours by helicopter and 45 minutes on foot. The Army's medical team has offered help to 200 people. Most of them suffer injuries, that is from house collapse during the earthquake. The medical team has contacted Nepalese authorities for transport of those with serious injuries to a hospital. Upon their return, the medical officials have also given all the medicines with instructions to the villagers pending the arrival of a new team. Thai sappers, meanwhile, continue to supply clean water to field hospitals and local people in Kathmandu. They have produced over 34,000 litres of consumption water over the past few days. Those people wanting to help Nepal can make donations at the Royal Thai Army 1st Army Infantry Regiment on the 11th Infantry Regiment. For more information, please contact 02 272 6247. Once again, it's 02 272 6247. Meanwhile, primary school in Nepal started collecting relief material for the earthquake survivors on Sunday. That's a week after the calamity. Afsana Rana, the principal of Pinneridge Academy, an international child and environment development center, wrote to parents of students enrolled in her school seeking donations. The United Nations has said a bottleneck at Nepal Customs was holding back the much-needed aid supplies and that there were a pile-up of relief material at the airport. Frustration was growing in the country as people struggled on their own amid piles of rubble with little outside help. More than 7,200 people have died and 14,000 others injured in the quake, measuring 7.9 on the Richter scale. That is the worst to hit the country in 81 years. The European Union, or EU, is sending a working group to Thailand during the 10th until the 22nd of May in order to follow up on the progress of the suppression of IUU fishing and also to provide consultations to the country. Government spokesperson Yongyut Mayalab cited a report from the Department of Fisheries as saying an EU working group will visit Thailand from the 10th up until the 22nd of May, and that will be followed by a visit of the second group of EU high-ranking officials from the 20th to the 22nd of May. The EU had earlier expressed their satisfaction with Thailand's efforts to tackle the IUU problem. The spokesman said that there were many changes the country has done in this regard. For example, the amendment of the Fisheries Act, which is to be in effect in the next 2 months. In parallel, some organic laws and ministerial regulations were launched to fulfill gaps in legislation. Thailand has installed a vessel monitoring system, or VMS, on all the fishing ships with over 60 gross tonnage. Port-in and port-out centres have been launched in 4 pilot provinces. The centre is planned to begin service in all 22 coastal provinces on the 6th of May onwards. Agriculture and Cooperatives Minister Pitipong Phungbunna Ayuthaya revealed that he would soon propose a national plan to combat IUU fishing to the Cabinet. The proposal would contain suggestions from the EU team's visit in May. Now to the Culture Ministry. The introduction of technology to enhance visitors' experience at the Learning Centre of the National Museum and at various national historical parks has successfully raised the number of visitors by 50%. This is according to the Minister of Culture. Speaking in a televised program, Returning Happiness to the People in the past week, Minister of Culture, Veera Rojanarat, said the development of museums and historical parks was one of the activities the ministry had promoted in April to commemorate the 5th cycle birthday anniversary of Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn. Other activities included the holding of Khon mask dances and musical and dramatic art performances in Beijing, that is in China. According to the minister, Kun Veera Rojanarat, in Bangkok itself, the ministry sponsored the Lights of Suvarnabhumi art exhibition, which is featuring the paintings of National Reform Council Vice President and national artist Pricha Thautong at the Contemporary Art Centre on Rajadamnern Road in the city itself, and it is open until the 31st of May, the end of the month. At the National Museum, an exhibition on Thai folk beliefs in relation to Buddhism and Brahmin faith, and also female deities, is open to the public until July 26th. The Cabinet has approved the opening of the Singkhon Special Border Checkpoint in Prachuap Khiri Khan Province in the hope to stimulate the economy in the border area. Deputy Government Spokesperson Major General Sansern Kaew-Kamnert said that the Cabinet instructed the Ministry of Interior to issue a ministerial announcement detailing clear operational guidelines for people, vehicles and goods passing the border checkpoint. The announcement was expected to also provide guidelines for prevention of problems that might occur. Prachuap Khiri Khan Province was instructed to develop a mechanism to control and tackle possible effects on national security after the border checkpoint was opened. If the province needed to construct anything or arrange activities at the border zone, it should ask the Royal Thai Survey Department and the Royal Thai Armed Forces to check information before proceeding. The Cabinet approved the establishment of the special border checkpoint despite the problem of demarcation at the border zone. The Prime Minister did not want such a problem to be an obstruction of trade and investment promotion in the area. The government believed that the checkpoint would make the area's border trade value leap and facilitate both Thai and Myanmar businesses more efficiently. After the border checkpoint is open, Myanmar people can travel to Prachuap Khiri Khan Province and stay in Thailand for one night by using only the passport and temporary border pass. The Ministry of Public Health has submitted its 6-month performance report responding to the need for home treatment in rural areas and also of chronic conditions. The performance report was presented by Public Health Minister Ratchatanawin, Deputy Public Health Minister Somsak Chunras, and also Deputy Permanent Secretary of Public Health Kun Surachet Sathit Niramai. The report covers a 6-month period from September 12, 2014 up until March 12 of 2015. Professor Dr. Ratchta spoke on the ministry's efforts to develop teams of doctors that provide hospital care directly to families at home. In the initiative's first year, medical teams prioritized persons with disabilities, the elderly, and bedridden patients. These groups total 2 million patients combined. The ministry currently has 50,000 medical teams. The ministry has also emphasized the production of certain drugs to combat high blood pressure, obesity, and mental disorders. Recent studies showing that Thai traditional medicine has anti-cancer properties has prompted the ministry to research and develop a herbal cancer treatment. Meanwhile, drugs to counteract hair loss will be available within 6 months. Moving on, the National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, has issued an order for members to vote on the impeachment of former commerce officials this week. Legislative Assembly President Pornphet Vichit-Cholachai has issued an order for NLA members to vote this coming Friday whether to impeach former Minister of Commerce Bunsong Teriyapirom, his former deputy Phum Sarapon, and former Department of Foreign Trade Director General Manat Soiploy. The NLA will meet on Thursday to hear the closing statements by the three accused individuals and their accuser. The National Anti-Corruption Commission, NLA members will vote on whether to impeach the three on the following day. Mr. Bunsong, Mr. Phum, and Mr. Manat face impeachment for having allegedly favored two Chinese companies in the sale of rice under government-to-government or G2G deals during the time in office. This week, the NLA will also deliberate 5 draft laws that consist of a bill on industrial products standard, a bill on security business, a bill for the establishment of a Ministry of Digital Economy and Society, a bill on Thammasat University, and a bill on maritime. To the Election Commission now. EC Election Commissioner Somchai Sisuthiyakon has stressed that it is necessary to provide forums on the pros and cons of the draft charter before a referendum takes place. Mr. Somchai said that the Election Commission was concerned whether 90 days would be long enough for people to learn about the draft charter. If they did not understand the draft charter before casting their vote in the referendum might cause conflicts in the society. Mr. Somchai stated further that he wanted to see a referendum that was open to all voters. He also suggested that there should be forums for charter debates so that people would be more informed and use the knowledge they learn from the forums to decide whether to vote yes or no in the referendum. Deputy Transport Minister Akhom Termpithiyapaisit has travelled to Phang Nga to follow up on the progress of the province's transport development project. Mr. Akhom has met up with the chiefs of Phang Nga Transport Office, Phang Nga Rural Roads Office and civil servants under the Ministry of Transport to observe the progress of the construction project of a new bus terminal in Mueang District. The Ministry of Transport has planned to make the new bus terminal in Phang Nga a model for those to be built in the future. Like an airport, the place will be equipped with air conditioners, outlets, a food centre, restaurants and also free toilets. The new Phang Nga bus terminal will be in Tham Nam Phut sub-district. The project is set for completion in late 2016. Thailand's exports of fresh chilled frozen chicken in the first quarter this year grew to 140,000 tons or a 20% increase compared to the same period in 2014. The export value was $567 million or an 8.3% increase. Director General of the Department of Internal Trade Promotion, Kun Nantawan Sakuntanak, said the important markets of Thai chicken exports included Japan, the UK, the Netherlands, Laos and Singapore. The markets with high growth rate this year included South Africa, Malaysia and Cambodia, where buyers were confident in Thailand's agricultural and livestock production, compliance with international standards, as well as skills of workers. Thailand is expected to export around 620,000 tons of chicken this year, increasing by 5% compared to last year, with the export value of $2.57 billion. Factors that contributed to the export growth includes the Japanese importing of fresh chicken, problems related to chicken products in the neighboring countries, and economic slowdowns in major markets. Thailand will likely export chicken products to South Korea in June 2015. Moving on, we have our special feature, which is about a mud sea in the Gulf of Thailand. To find out more about this story, let's now join Kun Suchani Rungmuenporn.
When the tide is low, the mud sea starts showing its charm. Now we are here, one of the most important mud seas in the Gulf of Thailand, Bang Tabun village. Of course, the mud sea area doesn't have a white sandy beach or crystal clear water, but the Sea of Mud shows a charm with an abundance of marine life. This very small village is actually regarded as one of the most important sea farm areas of Thailand, especially cocoa and mussel farms.
ก็คือว่าทางเนี้ยเลี้ยงกันมาตั้งแต่ปู่ย่าตายายมีมานานแล้วตั้งแต่ที่ผมเกิดมาก็มีข้าวคอยแข่งแล้วก็เป็นพื้นที่ที่เป็นพื้นที่ดินเลนใช่ไหมเป็นดอนเขาก็เลี้ยงหอยแครงได้เพราะว่าน้ำทะเลมันลดลงไปเพราะหอยแครงมันไม่สามารถที่จะอยู่น้ำในระดับที่ไม่แห้งเลยไม่ได้
Bang Tabun is located at Bang Tabun Bay, which is at the mouth of the Phetchaburi River before it flows into the Gulf of Thailand, which makes this area the most suitable place for marine life farms. The fishing industry here is the main profession of the locals. A crab village in Bang Tabun offers almost every type of crab, especially horse crab, is available for purchase along the way.
ปูม้าที่นี่จะมีชื่อเสียงมากเป็นปูนะคะทะเลโคลนที่จะเป็นเนื้อหวานแล้วก็เนื้อนิ่มนวลนะคะ
The sea in this area is also a home to brood whale, an endangered species that dwells in warm, temperate, and tropical waters. The whales around here were reportedly identified in 2010. This village is considered a green area where there are no industrial factories at all.
ก็คือทางตำบลบางตะบูเราเนี้ยเป็นพื้นที่สีเขียวเพราะว่าเราไม่มีโรงงานอุตสาหกรรมเพราะว่าถ้าเรามีโรงงานอุตสาหกรรมปั๊บเรื่องแม่น้ำเรื่องน้ำเรื่องอะไรเงี้ยมันก็จะมีเป็นผลกระทบเพราะโรงงานก็จะต้องปล่อยน้ำลงมาใช่ไหมครับทรัพยากรทางธรรมชาติของเราก็จะลดน้อยไป
The life here shows a connection between us and the environment, as well as a total dependence of human life on nature. Nowadays, some people still think that nature is only there to serve humanity, and forget to appreciate its contribution to our existence and survival. Sushani Rungmanporn reporting.
Thanks to Kun Suchani for that story. And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward segment. Before we take a quick break, let's take a look at the exchange rates and also the commodity prices.
Strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The 10th core value, applying His Majesty the King's sufficiency economy, saving money for a time of need, being moderate with surplus for sharing or expansion of business.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
On the occasion of the 82nd of the anniversary of the Public Relations Department, and on behalf of our department, I wish to you great success of the work that you contribute to Thailand and contribute to global communities for your public relations. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The Department of Business Development is holding a contest on the best business with good governance values, aiming at improving competitiveness of local entrepreneurs in the ASEAN Economic Community era. The Department of Business Development, or DBD Director General Pongpan Jewiriyapan, stated interested firms can register for the event from now until the end of the month at the Office of the Corporate Governance Division and provincial offices of the DBD. She cited that the public, as well as local and foreign clients, have more confidence in companies possessing good governance values and would likely do business with them. Ms. Pongpan speculated that having these values would reduce capital and create sustainability for a company in the long run, giving them an edge in the AEC market. The Department of Business Development has been organizing the annual contest since 2011. A French ship docked in the Calabrian port of Crotone on Sunday, bringing over 216 migrants safely to dry land after it rescued them from 3 small boats that had run into trouble off the coast of Libya on Saturday. The commandant Beirut helped several dozen people in distress and intercepted 2 suspected people smugglers, according to a statement from the French Maritime Police. Emergency workers were standing by on the quayside to give assistance to those in need. Security workers searched the migrants as they disembarked before they climbed onto buses waiting to take them to a reception center. About 4,800 migrants were rescued from boats off the coast of Libya over the weekend, and 10 bodies were recovered. Italy's Coast Guard and Navy said in what looked to be the biggest rescue operation of its kind so far this year, but they were lucky to pick up over 216 migrants safely to dry land this time. Police on horseback charged hundreds of ethnic Ethiopian citizens in central Tel Aviv on Sunday as an anti-racism protest descended into one of the most violent demonstrations in Israel's commercial capital in years. The protesters, Israeli Jews of Ethiopian origin, were demonstrating against what they say is police brutality after the emergence last week of a video clip that showed policemen shoving and punching a black soldier. Demonstrators overturned a police car and threw bottles and stones at officers in riot gear at Rabin Square in the heart of the city. At least 20 officers and a similar number of protesters were injured, some of whom required hospital treatment, police and an ambulance service official had said. A number of arrests were made. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us. If you do have any suggestions, please email to us. It's newsline.nbt@gmail.com. That is our email address. We're going to say goodbye today. Well, we'll take you to Poland to see some of the knights from 25 countries gathering there to compete in the full contact medieval fighting world championships. My name is Cholapan Zanarula. Thank you very much for joining us. Swadee ka.